Hey everybody, welcome back to SharpEdgeNews.com. My name is Ola and you're watching Sharp Edge News TV. Do us a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. Without any further ado, I have the High Chief himself, the Editor-in-Chief, the publisher of SharpEdgeNews.com, High Chief Oladimeji Abitogun. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Ola. Good to be back. And hello to our teamy audience, wherever they may be across the globe at this moment. All I have to say is that you are highly appreciated.
Thank you. Welcome back. So, how was your week? Bring us up to speed. I'm sure you have some special reports to share with us, some Sharp Edge News reports. What's going on in your world?
Oh, thank you very much. Great week indeed. This is a refreshing moment, and we are really motivated, rejuvenated. Yes, like I said, we are in nice spirits. The week gone by has been a most wonderful and hectic one, so to say. First of all, let me give a shout out to the governor of Ondo State, Mr. Lucky Orimiso Ayedatiwa. And let me also appreciate some of his able assistants, like the State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General, the Leonard Silk, Mr. Kayode Ajulo. And shout out to Alan Shure, the long list, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Why we are doing this is because we find ourselves in a situation in Ayedatiwa Kingdom right now in which a wannabe pretender to the throne and Olori continues to cause confusion everywhere, name dropping, peddling influence, and like the late Martin Luther King Jr. warned, that we should be aware of what is called the drum major syndrome. People coming around you to tell you they know people who they really do not know, to tell you they are who they are not. This woman has falsely, and we are challenging her to drop a petition using indicating that she's a senior advocate of Nigeria. She is not. And the police are intimidated by such a false profile. She's not. She's not a senior advocate of Nigeria. And apart from having some things to do with the administrative arm of, what's it called? Law Association, the NBA in Nigeria, which she served as the treasurer when the late governor of Ondo State was the president of NBA. I doubt if she has ever made any appearance in the law court as a litigation lawyer or, as a law officer in whatever capacity. So to mislead the police that she is a senior advocate of Nigeria is nonsense and preposterous, absurd, and outrightly stupid. Anyway, she dropped the petition claiming that people are after her life. On the contrary, she was the one who got some SLO, people from the seaside in Ondo State, Ondo South Senatorial District, fine people. By the way, shout out to them, whether in Mahin, Ibokoda, Ubonla, wherever. They are good people. She got some of their militants to come after me just because she knew. And she was telling everybody that I'm Sukpo, calling me Sukpo, because she thinks I'm too smart, and that she was trying to let whoever would listen to know that I was a useful village idiot. As cosmopolitan as I am, I don't know where she got that kind of funny feeling. And then she will refer to the Lisa Femi Fajembimo that she's using today to destroy all that we have in tradition and convention as royal institution in our kingdom, she would tell people that, oh, that one is Wobia Wobiliki. And that is an act, from two strange bedfellows who have now become allies in the misadventure to capture our throne. She's always telling people that, oh, she's Wobia, that is a glutton. So, to turn right now and say that she, who had made attempts, recruited people actively, and I'm not slandering her, that's what she did, and people knew. She even made it an agenda to come after the larger Abitogun family. But that is a story for another day. But the Abitoguns, apart from being descendants, being princes, apart from being princesses, of course, to our mother's side, to the paternal, to the mother's side of my father, Baile, as descendants of Sao, we are also warriors, and we are not intimidated by this woman, in spite of the fact that Governor Yedatiwa does not know anything about the way she's been harassing us in Aide Obese. She's been saying that the governor is aware of it and getting all kinds of support from Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, the woman in charge, the worthy senior colleague as a journalist in charge of Nigerian Diaspora Commission. But I know Abike Dabiri is a fine breed, and she will not even dare to do what this Olori has done, to seize the remains of a deceased king. She will not try that in Ikorodu, Ikorodu Oga. Now, she will not do that. In Ikorodu, where Oro operates in broad daylight. That is what Olori Fumi is doing to the people of Ayede Ogbese. And for Lisa, that has been voted down to go on suspension overwhelmingly by every chief who attended our conclave, the meeting, the Hare forum, to have gone to the police to lie that he is not on suspension. God help him. But we are not going to allow for a meltdown in the community. The youth are guarded and they are guided. The royal family is intact, and everybody is in cooperation with the Council of Chiefs at this moment to make sure that things do not degenerate. But what we are saying is that our tradition must be respected. If you know that you cannot respect people's tradition, don't come near the throne. Don't say you want to be Oba. Don't say you want to be king. And nobody is even messing with or tampering with body parts of any king. But you let the chiefs, you let the royal family, you let the community take charge of the funeral rites of their king. If you want to bury your husband, take your husband's remains to your private property and stop vandalizing the royal vault in the palace. And you bring in all kinds of aliens. You invade the space, you bring police. I don't know the police officer who is heading you in there. You see, like Yorubas will say, you start insulting the Iroko or whatever goblin or pantheon is there, and then you begin to look back as if you are going to be haunted immediately. It's not something that happens in a day. So this is a kind of report, kind of monologue by way of intro, prologue on what has happened in the community so far. So the community, in conjunction with the royal family, got a ruling from the what's it called? Customary court. And the customary court has said Olori Olufumi cannot violate culture, custom, tradition of royalty Now, in defiance, she has gone to file for injunction, saying she and her family should not be, and her children should not be disturbed from handling the funeral of her husband now and for the next 1 year, which is what they are using to buy time to install themselves as regent, as king. It's not just going to happen. And I respect Governor Ayedatiwa to the extent that I know he's not involved in this. You see, Olori Olufumi is just on one mission, to make Governor Ayedatiwa and the deputy governor very, very unpopular, so that they can further what she was doing with Betty Anyanwu before. They belong in that court, in that group, in that axis that deceived the people of Ondo State and made among us amount of money by hiding shamefully the condition of the late governor. So, to drag Ayedatiwa, my own fine man, into this is a misadventure. Ayedatiwa does. I'm telling the people of the people of Ayedatiwa that Ayedatiwa is not part of Olori Olufumi's game. She's claiming that because they come from the same Southern Senatorial District. And so what? Ayedatiwa is everybody's governor. He is being used to undermine and to make him unpopular. And that is not going to work. The people know that Ayedatiwa, Kayode Ajula as the Attorney General, all of them, this fine team, uphold the sanctity of the constitution of the land, the tradition. Finally, on this note, when something like this happened, when the Alake of Egba, with due respect, Oba Alikpede, when he joined his ancestors, there was an Olori Gbadebo who tried to claim that, the Oba should not be buried by, through traditional right and all that. And then the mother, she claimed the Oba had become a born-again Christian. The matter got to the attention of the then president, Olusegun Obasanjo, and Obasanjo did not mince words in warning her and cautioning her and giving her ultimatum, as a result of which she let go of the body. This moment calls for that kind of heroic temper, that kind of heroic intervention on the part of President Bola Tinubu. I know Ayedatiwa is so small on the map, but it does not matter. People live there, and we have a cultured people. We have tradition. We have existed for so long as a civilization. This is the time Tinubu must caution Auntie Abike Dabiri Erewa to mind our job in the Diaspora Commission. Whoever is being used to show big manism, Nigerian police, please, we love you and we appreciate your service to the nation. Don't be tempted to go to Ayedatiwa to mold down the youth or anybody, because in this game, in this misadventure by Olori Fumi, the community will not back down. If she wins, it means that everything that we have represented as people of Black consciousness is a waste. It therefore means that whatever violations we suffered, whether through slavery, colonialism, neo-colonialism, present-day trauma, and what have you, is all a waste. And we live for another day. There is this hope that is reposed in us, that we will rise as a people, we will always survive. Our consciousness, our civilization will not go down. Olori Ofumi Oluyede should stop peddling lies. Nobody is after her. On the contrary, she's the one seeking to forcefully take our throne. And she would continue to be resisted. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for that. Let us know if you have any opinions, any thoughts around this. You want to add on to the conversation. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow, and leave your comments below. And if you like that segment, you found value in it, you're going to want to check out this next segment. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We're talking about the NLC's 494,000 naira wage demand unrealistic. Labour Party's Obiora Ifoh says. I'm going to read a short excerpt from Pulse Nigeria. And it goes, the Labour Party in Nigeria has urged workers' unions to renegotiate with the government on new minimum wage rather than embarking on industrial action. The National Public Secretary of the Labour Party, Obiora Ifoh, made the plea in an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria on Monday. He was reacting to the strike declared nationwide strike by the organized labor over his demand for a new minimum wage. When I woke up today, I saw a bunch of news everywhere. There's strike everywhere in Nigeria. I think they said NLC. I'm not sure. Okay, ASU, TCU, ICU, ASU. Bring us up to speed. What's going on?
Yeah, it is industrial meltdown in Nigeria currently because of the streaming difficulty on the part of the government of the federation to come to terms, to come into some agreement with the labor unions, chiefly the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, in the country, over what should be a living wage and minimum wage at the moment. While the government initially had said it proposed certain amount that does not even has not even up to like $50 as a monthly pay. You know, I think currently they are settling for like $60 if you calculate. I mean, 60,000 naira. If you calculate that, that would be like maybe $40 a month. I don't know, my mathematics. If it's right, it should be around $40 a month as the minimum wage for a month in a country. And elsewhere, people make as much as $15, $14 an hour as minimum wage. And you look at the quantum of revenue that comes to Nigeria as an oil producing country, and then where people also pay their taxes, and then I mean all the non-oil revenues coming in, and what helps to feed the greed of some political elected officials, appointees, and senior civil servants, you will understand where labor is coming from. Now, as to what labor is asking for, some 400,000 plus as minimum wage per month, down from 600,000 plus, which they initially asked for. If you calculate what 400,000 would amount to in a month,
494.
Yes,
almost 500.
Yes. So $500. I mean, in a world in which some people make as much as $10,000, $25,000 a month. So and then when you look at the power, the value of Nigerian naira vis-a-vis international currencies like the dollar, pound sterling, what have you, and you also consider you compare between what constitutes or what the labor force is asking for against wages being earned in certain African countries, then you understand that the government of Nigeria may not be seen as serious. The Labour Party man, whom you have quoted from the report that is coming from News Agency of Nigeria. I mean, NAN is a serious news agency, but it is also owned by the government. Now,
sorry, he was just so we get that straight. He was talking to NAN. He's from the Labour Party.
I know.
Yeah.
You said the secretary of a Labour Party in Nigeria.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
So, talking to NAN, the news agency of Nigeria, yes, a parastatal news agency, is funded by the government of Nigeria. At this point, what you see them doing, because I listened to a respected senior colleague like Mr. Danladi Bako earlier today. Mr. Danladi Bako, I used to be very close to him, and I respect him a lot. When he was in charge of NBC, the Broadcasting Commission, he was fantastic. And don't forget, he came from the background of sports journalism. And I mean, we the Abitoguns have known that family for a very long time. He was a contemporary of Bashorumba and Abitogun at Crowther Memorial College, Lokoja. So when he came out today and he was talking, and I listened to some journalists on a TV station that is fast becoming like the private sector extension of NTA. You know, I know the government is all out with its forces to disinform, misinform on the on what labor is after. Like I said a week ago on this platform, whether you live in the diaspora or you live inside Nigeria, do you feel better under this government today? Did somebody touch the equivalent of nuclear button through a pronouncement that was not adequately and properly thought out when the president said subsidy is gone? All the dynamics, the fundamentals behind that were not properly handled. And so the economy unraveled such that Nigeria's economy today is facing an inflation trend that is well over 74%. Whether you're talking of food inflation or you're talking of economic situation of the country is going through such a serious thing. I think only comparable to what obtained around early 1990s during the introduction of a structural adjustment program. This is even worse than that. It's been long in coming, starting from the time of Buhari up to today. The ruling party in Nigeria does not seem to have a sound and robust economic package. What we have is a song of hope, renewed hope. What is hope if it doesn't really touch on the quality of life being lived by your people? So what we're saying in essence is this: the strike is on. The government is using subtle blackmail, trying to call for negotiation, but its mind is made up that whether everybody in Nigeria goes to the grave while the ruling class enjoys the very best, it will not matter to them. And they should understand that they are only relevant to the extent that they have people to lead. Once everybody is annihilated through the weaponization of hunger in the name of new liberal economic programs dictated by people who do not even know what Africans or Nigerians are feeling, then I think these people will know that, okay, this is much, much serious than they are bargained for. This is what I think of where Nigeria is today. So the Labour Party secretary that is talking is talking as an individual who has forgotten where it's coming from. The Labour Party and the Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC are supposed to have some ideological convergence.
Alignment.
Well, yes, kind of. Because you look at what Joe Aguero, the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, has been saying, that the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, is supposed to be a trustee, so to say, part of the owners of the Nigerian Labour Party. But look at the way the secretary of the Labour Party is talking now. saying the demand is not realistic. Where is it coming from? Does it live on the same planet as other Nigerians? It's almost typical of the way elected Labour Party lawmakers are behaving in the National Assembly in Nigeria. They are there. No ideological conviction or stand on anything. They are like pack of yes men. Whatever the ruling party wants is what they want. If the ruling party says, "Oh, go and buy a car for what amount of money, whether it's Nigerian made or not," that is what they stand for. They cannot man up. I wonder if people in the Nigerian Labour Party, if they have some spine at all, they are not behaving like that kind of dynamic opposition, that pragmatic opposition. Whether them or PDP is almost like, oh.
So you're saying they're straddling the fence quite a bit.
Yes. Yeah, and when people, in the words of some thinkers in Africa, when people are like that, it's either they are cowards or they are traitors. They must stand for something.
Yes, they have to stand for something. I agree 100%. Well, we'll continue to watch them. We have some other stories to cover.
Yeah, the hardship coming on the wake of this strike is just too serious. For example, people in public power. Anyway, nobody ever expects power in Nigeria. Anyway, but the national grid has been shut down. The last time that happened, under the administration of Ibrahim Babangida, some people were sent to prison for that because they were viewed as economic saboteurs.
Right.
I hope, this will be properly managed.
Water was disconnected from the senators thing today. I heard.
I can't blink an eyelid over that because because they must feel it the way the average Nigerian does. They must feel it. See, I used to hear some words on Radio Kudirat in those days, during the resistance against them. Some songs on Radio Kudirat during the resistance against Tony Abacha. How then go know? Aso Rock, they far from Olumo. How then go know? So this is how they will know. But once they begin to feel what every other person is feeling. But I hope this comes to some quicker.
Good luck on that. That was 30 years ago, but we're still on it. I guess the struggle continues. A luta continua.
They always say, "Oh, there has been some glorious moments in the past for Nigeria." I would be 54 this year. I've never known that. They continue to push out the narrative. Life used to be stable in Nigeria. Whenever I was at the old garage, with my maternal grandmother, light used to just go off anyhow, even as a little child in Nigeria in the 70s. Yeah, way back. So when you arrived in Nigeria, say 83, 84, Ola, did you see stable light? You came back here. Was it ever stable? So these are the narratives they push out as if, there had been some glorious past. I think our aspiration should be that some fine hour, let me paraphrase Winston Churchill, some fine hour, some glorious moments should evolve for the country called Nigeria.
All right, hit the like button, share, subscribe, follow, leave your comments. Let us know what you think about that. Your thoughts around this, we would like to engage you. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Check out this next segment. All right, let's talk about your party. Donald Trump's campaign rakes in $200 million post-verdict. Eric Trump speaks out. Let me read this short thingy here for you so you can know what we're talking about. The Donald Trump campaign has raised a staggering $200 million since the former president was found guilty of 34 felonies last Thursday, his son Eric Trump said on Sunday. Eric, who is married to the Republican National Committee RNC co-chair Lara Trump, said she told him the figure was comprised of over $70 million in small donor fundraising in the 3 days since his father was found guilty of 34 felonies raised to falsifying business records. It doesn't look like this guy is slowing down. No, they are growing wings. What do you have to say about this, Chief?
Food for thought right there. There is this musician from Ijesha land. Popular Damo musician that would say the evil one in Ijesha land is the one they always love. On the Bruku Jesha.
The villain.
Now,
don't tell me you froze. I hope he's coming back. Okay, he's back.
He's not gonna come back.
Are you back? No. I'm talking about you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
You went out for a second. I think you're back now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, you are coming back. You're saying Donald Trump is not gonna come back. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, but before you continue, shout out to Elizabeth Olayinka. Says, "Well done, sir. Your sacrifice for your community shall not go in vain." All right. Continue.
Amen. Thank you. So, you see, there is a way it looks like evil people maybe triumphing. It will look like they are having their moment, but it's temporary. And I'm surprised that certain people within the MAGA Republican movement, the MAGA movement, which because in Nigeria, MAGA means somebody's like moving.
I knew you were going to do that.
It's like
the real MAGAs.
The real MAGAs. It means
the suckers. They're called the suckers here. The suckers.
Yeah, in Nigeria, Americans call them suckers. But here they say make America great again. What? What the greatness they're talking about? America is a great country. Like Ronald Reagan, the former president, I would say, the city on the hill, fine. We love that ideal. We all connect with that. But the one that the MAGA people are talking about, the great again moment they look, the lofty path they look at, that will never come back, will be that moment when some people used to see themselves as being more humane or more human than you and I. That, I've not seen anybody that is completely white, and I've never seen anybody that has been completely black. That is completely black. So the color pigment, the shades of color that makes up this beautiful creation called human race. So some people want to subsume others under themselves. That is what they look at as being great in the past. But we all have moved quickly beyond that, and we're looking forward to the best that can come from the idea of democracy and rule of law. So, in the first place, let me tell you, whatever is coming from Eric, his father, Donald, the former president, cannot be trusted. Whether it's Eric, whether it's Donald Trump, beyond this conviction on 34 counts felony, they had been found guilty as being fraudsters in business before. So how can you trust what he's saying? How do you even know? Because these people, they operate in alternate reality. They tell you you are seeing four, but you understand that to them is almost like the art of illusion, magic. That four you see may be one. That may be manipulated. Where Moralago is just worth like around $20-something. They're telling you it's worth like 70 billion. It's worth like God save us from these people. So even when they are going down, they will tell you they are staying afloat. But
that's part of the game.
Oh, yes, you had it from Mr. David Pecker, the publisher of that tabloid, which they use. That people always shun out lies, falsehood in the
You
name
talk about
of
the British tabloid or
no,
what tabloid?
the tabloid. I mean, David Pecker's tabloid, the one they were using to do all these. What's it called? Hunt and kill for stories that are not favorable, through which they shun out lies against their fellow politicians. So, what I'm saying here is that is their stock in trade. Even when they are going down, they come to you that, oh, they are doing fine. He said, all his life he has said that he's been a billionaire. So we find out that it's more on television that is a billionaire. In what's it called? In a showbiz that is a billionaire. In reality, he's not been able to come up with a $400 million plus to bail himself
So
out.
are you saying you don't believe that these $200
I don't
million
believe that they raised up to $200 million, and it's coming from donors. It too
pledges, a bunch of pledges.
Pledges that will never materialize.
I mean, there are always pledges anyway. So
let there be pledges. But who is going to stake? Who is going to stake his money on the election of a convicted felon?
That's a half of America at this point, too. We have to be prepared for that.
That is what they are saying. The other time they told us, oh, he will win. When the elections came, whether
40% of the voters, at least.
Ola, you and I must come to some agreement on this.
Okay.
When they said he was leading, they said he was leading against Mrs. Hillary Clinton, was he really leading a majority vote? Because they did their Amanda, their abracadabra, the one I call out of illusion, the magic, and then he lost popular votes and got electoral college to get him into office. And now we know that certain manipulations were done to get him elected. The second time, we are instead of
he denied today that he didn't call to lock up Hillary Clinton. He denied.
But you and I had him. This guy is, he is saying, oh, he's a former lawyer, is the person that must be treated as MVP of liars. But what do you call this man now? What do you call him? Something we had from him. Lock her up. Now it's becoming lock him up. He's saying he never said it. What else are we expecting from him? So he normalizes abnormalities. So when his son is coming to say they are raising $200 million, in their brain, in their mind, these are people who live in alternate. They live in a bubble, alternate reality.
Wait, so I was laughing. I'm not sure if I collected that information from you. Are you saying you don't believe that? You're saying outright you don't believe.
You can't believe anything from Donald Trump. That's what I'm telling you.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
The other day, this same son was talking of a rigged court process. They now have turned America to banana. I mean, to some third world. Permit my word, because I don't like talking dirty, but quote unquote shit.
Like a shito country.
Yes. But they are the ones trying to turn America to a shito place. They are the ones trying to do that. Look at the falsehood from the father. Oh, prisons are, people are breaking out of prisons in Congo. They are breaking out of prisons in blah, blah, blah. And he even said it took, I'm just joking here, that I took account of people, more than 20-something thousand on the line from China coming to America. That is Donald Trump for you. He is not capable of helping himself, but he is there now. He is down. We don't want to give him the same dose he served on people, because when people are down, he loves kicking them. He is the one that will mark a disabled journalist. I don't want to treat him like that. He is down. He has to embrace his demon he has to find some ways of retracting and being penitent and contrite. That kind of contrition can offer him some salvation. His salvation is not going to come from winning the coveted Oval Office. That is not going to be a trophy for him. Now he bears this mark, like the mark of Cain, that says convict. What is he going to do about that? Instead of salivating over raising $200 million. Nonsense.
Uncle Beno says Trump using the scare tactics style again. Okay.
Yes, I agree with him. I agree with him.
Me, I'm just looking, I'm watching from the sidelines. I am straddling the fence all the way through on this one. We shall see.
Yeah, we're slashing in a concise way through all this. We're slashing through it with our sharp edge.
I mean, he's got 34 felonies now. First step. Let's see if they send him to jail.
We are still counting.
I think you might be getting ready to discover the level of tyranny in our great nation, United States of America. I think you're about to smell. I don't think you're ready for
the fact that he got convicted shows you that we are not headed for that. The fact that he got convicted is telling
fair enough.
Yeah,
but I want to hear the sentence and him going to jail.
You know what is going to get him into sentence? I mean, to get him sentenced,
right?
The words of his mouth, the testimony, like you read from the book of Revelation, chapter 12. The words of this man's mouth, his testimony is what is going to send him to prison. I'm telling you, somebody gets delivered by the blood of the Lamb and the words of the testimony, but this guy is going to get convicted and sentenced to prison because of the words of his testimony. He talks loosely. And look at the way he's been painting the judge and all that. These are the things people look at. You know, I'm a law student. These are the
but they should have looked at that in So sorry, Chief. They should have looked at that in 2016. It should never have gotten that close to that.
They looked at it.
To that nuclear button.
They looked at it. But the role of the Justice Department, FBI, everybody thinking, because he virtually blackmailed Hillary Clinton. You know, his obsession over the Bassa thing against Barack Obama. So people did not wake up to the reality.
All right.
And to do that, he captured the presidency, from what we now know, by all this point and kill mentality.
But it worked. I hope it doesn't work this time around. It worked.
For how long? Finally, it caught up with him. See, like a prominent Nigerian pro-stylist wrote, a journalist wrote, the triumph of evil over good can only be temporary.
That's true. I agree with that 100%.
And that is what we have in the
case. But that's a hell of a lie. That was a very dangerous lie. That was, 2016 was a when he announced his presidency. You know, that's a very dangerous lie that went on for 4 years.
There is one thing I feel about this man called Donald Trump, but laws of libel, slander, and defamation would not let me say. Let that live inside me.
Okay, let's leave that.
Yeah, I know the kind of character he is. He is really dangerous for the time in which we live, and it's not desirable for our country, America.
All right, great. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, follow, leave your comments. Let us know what you think about this. We want to hear from you. We want to see your comments on this matter. Do you think he's going to jail or not? Do you think Donald Trump is going to prison or not? I want to know. We want to know. We'll be right back. Check out this next segment. All right, welcome back. Governor Alex Otti vows to smoke out Aba soldier killers. We're talking about security or insecurity or lack thereof. I'm not sure. Let me read this to you. This was published on thisdaylive.com. It says Governance must be devoid of politics to serve people better. Okay, no, not yet. Chuks Okocha, Juliet Akoje in Abuja, and Emmanuel Ugu Nwogo in Umar here. Abia State Governor Mr. Alex Otti has said the gunmen responsible for the killing of 5 men of the Nigerian army in Aba will be smoked out and served justice wherever they might be hiding. Otti, however, stated that governance would be most impactful on people's well-being if it was not mixed up with politics. That was as Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, declared that there was no justification for the killing of military officers on duty by yet to be identified gunmen. At the same time, the leadership of the Labour Party denounced the brutal killing of 5 soldiers deployed to protect citizens in Abia State over the Biafran Day celebration. So let me get this right. This governor is a Labour Party governor, correct?
That's right. The only Labour Party governor now in Nigeria.
Wow. And they're still dealing with, oh well, nothing is overnight. But apparently, Nigeria is still struggling with security.
Yeah, with insecurity, rather.
Or insecurity, yeah.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this story?
Yeah, see, right words, talking at the heart of the matter by Governor Otti. And by the way, shout out to Big Brother Chuks Okocha, this day well-known political reporter. We all practiced together in Abuja way back in the 90s and the early 2000s up to 2001, 2002. So he is one of the most hardworking journalists ever that you can find in Nigeria. Now, to this report, really, Governor Otti is addressing 2 themes there. The evil involved in the beheading of 5 Nigerian servicemen, 5 Nigerian soldiers, heroes for that matter. Again, talking of dividend of democracy that should be for everybody without being partisan, without any political leader or elected leader being partisan. You just make sure you are the leader of everybody across the line. So now to the question of celebrating Biafran Day or whatever it is called. There are many of us who share the aspiration of those who want the dignity of human person for our brothers and sisters from the eastern part of Nigeria. Same way, our forebears, our parents, grandparents who lived during the Nigerian Civil War felt that way, and they offered protection for people of Igbo extraction, Eastern extraction, and not even Igbo alone. Efik, Ibibio, Anam, anywhere from the then southeastern region, eastern region, who chose to stay back, whether in the west or elsewhere. I wouldn't know of up north, but in Idaho, I know our parents actually gave protection to people like Jerome and Francis. People, this war was fought and it ended before I was, a few months before I was born. But I grew up knowing some of the returnees and those who chose to stay back in Idaho, like one big man with a funny denture, good man, Ude, who was with us in those days. So it breaks my heart to see some elements handle the agitation for respect for people of Igbo extraction, people of Eastern extraction, some people who are handling it this way, because they are going to do nothing other than make sure that people lose popular support. The kind of support that should come for them will be lost easily, will be eroded. And you see, sometimes when I say allow for some level of autonomy, if not complete autonomy for people in Eastern Nigeria, it's because I know that the possibility is that they will chew themselves out. There have been times when I went to see folks that I know in Abakaliki and elsewhere in the East. And I'm a well-traveled Nigerian journalist, whether in or outside Nigeria. Each time I go there, the kind of pain I'm made to go through to be on the line to, to board a vehicle in Indonesia, to get to Enugu or from Enugu onwards to Abakaliki or wherever is indescribable. And this is not just targeted at me. It is what the average Eastern person goes through on a daily basis. Now, it's so bad that you even buy your vehicle, you want to put it on the road. If you don't sign up to some mob boss, if you do not pledge allegiance to some mob boss, you cannot operate freely. So how do you expect the experimentation for independence of self-determination to work in that kind of place? So if they want to be on their own, let them have it. But it can only go as far. When people now come and you target our men and women in uniform, whether soldiers, whether as police, that is evil. And that is the kind of thing I do not ever want to see anywhere in Nigeria. Look at the kind of peace we enjoy in America here. Look at the way we are able to jump at, we allow our children to freely hug our soldiers here. And you don't find them coming to town carrying assault rifles, war-grade weapons. And what kind of... Nigeria is over-militarized. And you don't even know whether the person you're talking to who is in military uniform is indeed a soldier or a policeman or what have you. You don't know whether this person is just an impostor. It's just impersonating. You never can tell. So in that, Governor Otti was right. It is condemnable. Everybody should object to this kind of mentality that targets our brothers and sisters in uniform. After all, you don't even know whether these people subscribe to the idea of keeping the Igbos in subjugation or not. And I don't think that is a common goal for all of us. That said, Governor Otti has been doing some fantastic things. Probably one of the best hardworking governors, and yet he's not blowing his trumpet. But what do you find with other Nigerian elected officials, particularly the APC? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will tell you that this is the time for him to brag. Brag about what? The hunger that is killing our people, 365 days in office? Is it about this ongoing strike? Is it about the insecurity that is pervasive everywhere? God help all of us. At this time, we must all be sober. Everybody wants the best across Nigeria. But to be killing ourselves and those who make the bad policies, evil policies, this policy of domination and invasion of each other's space, they are where they are, ensconced in their glass houses, in their air-conditioned rooms, and then we kill common folks, soldiers. What is the pay of a soldier in Nigeria that we have to reward them this way? And these are people who lay down their lives for our security. I think it is wrong, completely wrong. And I identify with the position of the governor and other well-meaning Nigerians who are speaking against this violence against our men and women in uniform. Hello?
All right. Thank you so much. I can hear you, sir. Thank you. All right. Again, as usual, please help us hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. It's just sad that we're still getting this kind of crazy news around Nigeria. I see the tough talk from the governor. I hope they're able to execute and find those people. But yes,
you must find them first before you execute them.
Yes. No, I meant
and you must put them to trial.
Did I use the word execute?
Yeah, you
I
said
did,
you.
right? Yeah, I didn't mean executing the persons. Execute
Okay,
the process of finding them. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow, and comment. Let us know what you think about this situation here. If you want to add on to it or you know more, we'd like to hear that. But check out this next segment, and we'll be right back. All right, the most trending news over the last week in Nigeria is about the national anthem. No longer, we're not waking up the compatriots anymore. Rise, so God, no, now we have to hail thee.
Now you hear Nigeria, we hail thee, our own native land. The tribe anthem, Medifa, Imbra, there would we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Oh wow! I didn't realize you knew that song. But anyway.
Oh yeah, we sang that in Nigeria until I was 7, 8 years old.
78, right? 78. I heard it changed in 1978. Yeah,
that's right. And 78, I was in primary 4. What we would call grade 4 here, and that that was a legacy from some of British.
But what about the rest of us that we never heard that song before?
Oh yes, because in your time, or in the time of the generation that followed, it became symbolic of protest. It became synonymous with a protest. Whenever we march on the street, whether against SAP, whether against the annulment of June 12, victory of the late Moshood Kashima Wolawale Abiola, and all the other spots of injustices all over the place, it was easy to resort to that. Because there is also I think the third stanza, the third stanza that speaks of the second stanza talking of the flag that shall be a symbol, and then let me now do blah blah and go to the last part that where no one will be oppressed. And so when you find out that people are being oppressed, like Olorifumi is oppressing people in Ayedi Ogbese, or you see yes, and or you see wherever pockets of tyranny and unchecked authoritarian instinct I mean is is unleashed anywhere in Nigeria.
So like excuse me, right? Pardon me. I'm gonna play this, right, and then we have to talk about Aisha Yesufu. Let me play this video, and then we'll talk very quickly because she's the person that made me bring up the story. As a matter of fact, let's see here. Okay. So in this video, we can see Aisha Yesufu sitting down and boldly daring anyone to take action against her for her refusal to stand during the national, now declared national anthem. And let me read this to you real quick. Popular Nigerian activist Aisha Yesufu has expressed displeasure over calls for her arrest for refusing to stand during the recital of the national anthem. Then there's another lady. I'm going to play this short video for you. There's another lady that actually has something. I don't know if the sister or somebody, to those. I'm not. But let me play it for you. Let me play.
Because we are afraid. We are all in prison. Because we are.
Uh-oh. Where did that go? 1 second. For some reason that disappeared. Okay, there we go.
Afraid of dying. We become slaves in a prison because we are afraid of dying. We become slaves in our country because we are afraid of dying. We accept obnoxious laws because we are afraid of dying. Yesterday I was at an event where they were singing that nonsense.
Okay, so she's talking. She's the one actually.
Stand for no party or no white or no crazy national anthem. And people are calling for my arrest, and I fear them. This country belongs to every one of us. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. We all are citizens. We are.
All right, so she's that's the video that I'm referencing. So in the viral video, she's boldly daring anyone to take action against her for her refusal to stand up. She said if anyone should be arrested, it should be President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. She recalled that amid the election campaign, he lifted a stick during the recital of the national anthem. She also claimed that Tinubu was not voted for, but rigged his way into office, and he dared a change, a national anthem that Nigerians have been using for over 46 years. She added that Nigerians are enslaved because they are afraid of dying, but she is not afraid. She said the government disregards citizens in decision-making process because they know citizens would take whatever they dish out. To those calling for arrest, she said, "I dey wait for them. We die here. There is no retreat. There is no surrender. This country is our home." So there you have it.
Yeah, that's like the battle cry that any of us arrived now to. No retreat, no surrender. Anyway, the momentary act of defiance on our part is quite commendable. Honestly, I do not know the rationale, the reasons, whatever reasons the lawmakers who supported the aspiration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to revert to this past. I would not know what was driving them. I couldn't find any logic or reason that was beyond the mundane for the change to the old national anthem. Do not forget that the original,
You're freezing.
original contest. I'm
You're
freezing. I'll take a pause. I'm here. I'm taking a pause because they said I'm freezing.
All right. Let it simmer a little bit. Okay. Are you back now?
I'm here, still waiting. I want it to be through. Can you hear me?
Okay. You should be back now. You were okay. It could be me. But I think you're back now. Go ahead.
All right. The original anthem, the original contest for the choice of this old anthem that has now been brought back was entered. Entries were entered for the contest way back in 1959, 1960. I think the British individual who wrote it won a £1,000 prize for the effort, for the intellectual effort. And then another British scored it into into music. And then Mr. Ben, who was the director of music, not just for Midwest State, he was also, director of music for the police band for Midwest State. He was also the director in charge of that department for the Nigerian police. This man, who was in the Nigerian police from 1954, did not retire until 1992. When he died in 2013, I think he was 78 years old. Now, this effort by an indigenous Nigerian to uplift the nation, when you look at the words of of the national anthem, the just rested national anthem, "Arise, O compatriots, Nigerians call obey, to serve our fatherland," blah, 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 blah. And then it talks of the labor of our heroes past not being in vain, shall not be in vain. Every word of the rested national anthem speaks to inspiration, speaks to national goal, speaks to a rallying cry for greater Nigeria. And then, as if that was not enough, somebody who is stuck in the brain with which they were developing as little children now thought of the colonial music heritage as being better. So you cannot. And when you look at everything, this young woman, this woman activist, is Miss Yusuf. Everything she has articulated has been her grievances, not just about Nigerian leadership, because now everybody is saying Nigeria's economy is this and that. Nobody is bringing, contrary to what they are telling you, that investments are coming. Because of the image crisis that Tinubu personally has, that burden is there. Because of the integrity question about that election, nobody is eager to bring any direct foreign investment to Nigeria. Yet, we do not own up to all these issues. So if Ms. Yusuf is able to help us capture this in this historic moment and etch it in the annals of our evolution as a nation, I don't find anything wrong with that. I do not. And the only response I expect, instead of threatening to arrest her or criticizing her, is for our leaders to respond with better commitment, with more dedication, with more patriotic zeal, and righteous disposition towards conducting the business of the Nigerian state. That said, I would leave the space for others. This is an ongoing conversation, and I love to sit back and enjoy what all of us have to say about this moment in history. But I don't think it's completely plausible. That anthem should have remained something that we would always revert to in moments of national derision, national confusion, anger, and what have you. Should have remained something nostalgic, something that would tell us, okay, we too can feel, and let us talk of our brotherhood. But if you really want, instead of talking of a united Nigeria, you really want that brotherhood, you should be talking of a weak, a weak center and strong regional powers, now a kind of confederation. But that's not what we want. You talk about it, they are telling you that Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. But you are talking of brotherhood now in the national anthem. So I think that would be a moral compass for our constitutional compass as well for where we go next. Finally, concerning this, I have also seen this tendency to make it look as if the people in the National Assembly got it completely right. Not all the time, not even this once. This is always some wake-up call on us. For example, the voting process through which the bill was passed into law. It appeared as if the nays were more than the people who said yeah, because the voting process, you don't have any digital record of the voting pattern of most lawmakers. And so this voice vote, which seemed to have been the weaker one, eventually got pronounced as the majority. Who governs a nation like that? Who governs a nation like that? We will talk about other related issues arising from this ruffle on the Nigerian national anthem.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. All right, good. Thank you so much for that. What I'm going to do to round up today's show, I'm going to play, maybe I might get one last word from you, but I want to play a couple of short videos, and then we'll round up today's show. Let's see here. Let's check this one out.
Our national anthem, the one that we grew up with. I'm talking about those of us who are above 50. And for the young ones, I'm sure by the time you sit down, read it line by line, word by word, you will see why it is very, very important for Nigeria to revisit its former national anthem. Because it inspires hope. It inspires hope. I want to thank you for bringing back our national anthem.
Okay, so I think that was the National House of Assembly, but let me play this one for you. Let's see what they're
talking
saying.
Of the increase of fuel. We are talking of things that are happening. What is the benefit of changing what they have changed in 45 years ago? That doesn't make any sense, Shab.
Well, I don't have any preference, but if they say we sing this, well, anyone who will sing will take it.
By this age, I'm old, in fact, to start learning how to sing Nigeria Will Hail Thee. And to me, that's not our problem. That's not the problem of Nigeria.
It's very, very unfortunate that at this level, the people in the National Assemblies are talking about old and new items. When there's insecurity in the land, when there's poverty, where inflation is 36% today, and people are dying every day, within 1 year, May 29 to May 29 today, the people that die, if you have the statistics, it's more than people that died for like 5 years ago. You can't.
All right, so people are not feeling it. I'm going to play this one for you real quick.
Well, I will answer this question in threefold. One, there is nothing wrong if we use an anthem composed by anybody from outside the country. Nigerians have equally composed anthems for other countries. Secondly, it is not about the old. It is not about the past. Yes, it is about coming from the past.
I know you heard that.
Understanding the past, what worked in the past, and the future, where we are going to. The other issue is that this parliament has the highest number of young Nigerians, people who are even less than 40 in the parliament. In the Young Parliamentarian Forum, we have about 43 members.
All right, let's just leave that alone. I'm going to play what President Tinubu said himself. Let's see.
Putting us together, there's no doubt that we are going to be one. Let me allude to something, the change of national anthem. Some people say, okay, so what? Is that your priority? It's my priority. I agree with the National Assembly.
There you have it. Okay, maybe I take him out of context. He said it's his priority, so I'm going to leave it at that.
Did you hear him calling anthem item?
Well, potato, potata, tomato, tomatoes.
Well, not this obvious one. If he had said anthem or anthem, but item
anthem.
Instead of anthem, no.
That's your president. He's still better than your last president. Leave that alone, I beg. His English is better than your last president. You are doing better. Look at the what do you call it? Look at the brighter side of it. You are doing better.
Listen, the Yorubas will say, "Iru roni borum," and they belong to the same party. I mean, how can you expect the top blouse of the African woman to be different from the rapper? It would match. They come from APC. They are both from APC. So I don't know why you would think Tinubu is better than Buhari.
In terms of anthem or item. In terms of anthem or item, precisely. That's why I said
that one would have said anthem. I don't know if he would even be able to articulate it at all.
Jesus
anyway,
Christ.
Yes, that's Buhari for you. All the 8 years he spent as Nigeria's elected president were he waste. So, I mean, he started all this downward slope, and that's his place in history. He was there like he was never there. So it was a mere waste of time. Now, the only one I disagree with is to foist one's personal agenda on the nation as if we all held a referendum on the desirability of bringing back the old national anthem. That said, that is what we have now. And if we must reject something, it has to be because of defined reasons and serious objectionable causes. Nigeria does not need more tension than we already got. I mean, on all sides, we are being clubbed. On all sides, we are under siege. On all sides, look at what we have become. So we must look beyond what our politicians are doing to us, whether in America, back in Nigeria, or in my own town, Ayede Ogbese. We can live for greater ideals, goals in our own minds, in our brain, and know that these people who are determined to replace earlier oppressions with worse oppressions, that we do not ever retreat, we do not surrender, we continue to stand for what we know is the best. And someday, I'm telling you, we will rise beyond what they have always thought would be our confinement. We shall remain a great people ever. Thank you. Hello,
thank you so much. Thank you very much. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, and follow. Leave your comments. Let us know what your thoughts are. You've been watching SharpEdgeNewsTV. It's been another fantastic show. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care.